Chef say I gotta kill this.
It's a lot of men that suffer in silence. Mentally, emotionally. You know, they always say a man to suffer a lot longer in a relationship than a woman would. There's fathers that suffer in silence. You know, we deal with things. We have to put on a certain mask when you know, right before you walk into the door of your house. You gotta put that mask on. You still gotta be husband, father, Mr. Fix It. You know, daddy, can I? Baby, can you do this? You gotta do that no matter what weight is on your shoulders. For those men that do grieve in silence, what are some things that you suggest that they do as a father? And I ask that because, so in Cincinnati, it's big news right now. A father took the life of a deputy because his son's life got took. The son was running away from police. Apparently there was a gun involved. The police did what they feel like they had to do at that time, whether it's true or not. The father sees that, gets the footage, you know, the body cam footage, and apparently probably grieving in silence, right? And he goes and takes the life of a deputy that didn't have nothing to do with the case or his son being passed, but just grieving, not knowing what to do with those emotions.
Right.
So, like, how do you, for other fathers that are dealing with loss and grieving in silence, what's some advice for those men?
In real life, you know, I know exactly who you're talking about, but in real life, whatever he was going through mentally, he wasn't in his right mind. I believe that he wasn't 100% mentally healthy. You know what I'm saying? Because in his mind, something was taken away from him, and he feel like he was justifying it by taking one of theirs. You know how some people have that mentality. If you touch one of mine, I touch one of yours.
All for an eye.
But at the end of the day, your son's still not coming back. You talking about Rodney Henry.
Yeah.
His son is not coming back.
So what were your thoughts on that? Let me ask you that. What were your thoughts on that?
Man, you know, my heart goes out to him because I know what it's like to lose a child. It's just that my son didn't go out in an act of violence.
Right.
Right? That can be
a whole nother level.
A whole nother story. Right? That can be a whole nother struggle in my mind, having to deal with that. You know what I mean?
Like
knowing that somebody took my son's life instead of natural causes. Right? So I'm pretty sure that in his mind he was having some wicked thoughts. Right? And it drove him to the brink to where he feel like, I got to get some get back. But when he lay down in his cell and he look up at the ceiling and it turned into a movie screen and he think about his son, all he have is still the memories. It's still not gonna bring his son back. So now, your son is gone. They kill two birds with one stone. You have a man that's gone to prison, and you have a man that's gone to the grave. Right? No money, no amount of encouraging words, no food, no prayer. The fact still remains that he's gone. Ain't nothing you can do about it. It's mental. Some people never get back. Right? But in my mind, I want to grieve. I want to get it out because I know that there's some things in this world I have to fulfill. Right? My son, Mello Jr., served his purpose. He left too soon, but at the same time, he was inspired, not only to his people, to his peers at school or his work, but he inspired his pops. Because my son was battling cancer half his life and still was able to leave his mark on this earth. To me, that's why I get my fulfillment from knowing that my son didn't fall into my path. My son didn't sell drugs. My son wasn't a gang member. Remember I told you my son did all the things that I was afraid to do. You know what I'm saying? So I looked up to him. Even though he was my son, I still looked up to him too because he gave me strength. It's amazing how God can sometimes give you strength in the small things. You know? And hey, man, to make myself feel better as a person, as a man, as a father, I got to do something that's fulfilling. I got to do something to keep his name alive. Because no matter how much that I talk to God about what I'm going through and how I grieve, my son is still a memory in my heart, in my mind. I'll never be able to touch him and tell him I love him again in the physical. But right here, he right here with me on this podcast, I'm speaking to y'all. And that's therapeutic to me. That's why I'm able to smile in the midst of it all. Because even though I hurt, I still have to find strength in the little things that might be small to you, but it's big to me. Because I know what my son loved. I know what he represented. You see what I'm saying? I know what he was going through. You know what I mean? When I sit back and I listen to all my boys, and I listen to like the little YNs, like y'all say, a lot of these guys, a lot of these youngsters, they speak proper. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, you sound like a nerd. You sound square. But that's the thing. That's the proper etiquette. Yep. See what I'm saying? We come and dine for and know what I'm talking about and what it do, you know, and man, look at him and our lingo. See what I'm saying? But these younger guys, you know, I might not agree with their dress code and the music. Every song is about murder and stuff like that.
Now, hold on.
Sooner or later, it's gonna be another trend that's come along.
But wait a minute now, because now y'all rap songs in the 80s wasn't so
right.
In the 90s, 50 Cent killed a lot of people. And Ja Rule killed a lot of people in his songs now.
I'll take you back further than that. That's still not far enough. I go back to 87, 88.
Who that?
NWA.
Killed a lot of people in that song.
See, I grew up in the gangster rap era. But this era is what it's drill. Everybody drilling, right? We still had a little substance. You got to remember, NWA was saying "fuck the police," right? But he was giving you some substance on why he said "fuck the police," because he was being harassed in the neighborhood for no reason. Head being slammed on the car, food knocked out of their hand, making them lay face down on a hot concrete. See what I'm saying? They were still coming along and giving you some substance. It's just that we was able to relate to it because at the same time, it was new and different to us. To see from the East Coast guys with Boogie Down Productions and Public Enemy and how they delivered, they was conscious, and then how NWA come along with the Cortez, Nikes, and the Dickies and stuff like that. You know, we was intrigued by that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, we listening to it. We know it's wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Man, this era right here, what is that? What is that generation? You know, we were Generation X and Z or whatever. Man, these young guys, man, listen here. I love these young guys. But these young guys is these young guys is killing old people.
Bro, they killing everybody.
They filming.
Yeah.
They filming. I watched one little young girl go to a little girl that she was into it with. She went and knocked on her door, and her mother answered the door, and she repeatedly slapped that woman for something
I'll say
that her daughter did outside somewhere.
And the mom was just looking so.
A week or two later, she was murdered.
The girl?
Yeah. Wow. See what I'm saying?
Damn.
Wow. You see what I'm saying? Like you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes.
Yeah.
I would never think just because you stole my 10-yard fight on Nintendo.
Yeah, I'm finna come
to go to your house and shoot your mama with a BB gun.
Nah, fair.
Yeah.
Right? that thought that never crossed my mind.
But I think that's
We might talk about your mama at school or something,
Oh, yeah,
but
we
we ain't finna go over there.
yeah,
we ain't finna go over there and slap her.
Yeah,
We ain't finna do none of that.
But it was more discipline back then though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think the more time went by, parents were getting younger and younger. And not only that, I'll add a little bit more. I'll say that the younger the kids were having kids, it was more trauma that was passed on too. So for me, like, man, I used to get my ass kicked. I used to get my ass beat. So I don't whoop my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't believe in it because I feel like I got so much of that me growing up. You know what I'm saying? So I think stuff like that changes over time, honestly. You know, the way of discipline starts to change. And then even circumstances, environments.
Right.
Whatever environment you're in, you're going to start to mimic that. So, yeah, these young kids, some of these YNs, they are YNs, but, okay, what's the mitigating factors? What are they growing up around? You know what I'm saying? Like, they hearing certain music.
Thanks.
The music is being played.
Thanks.
9 times out of 10, it's more single parents now than anything. So, the mama, she doing whatever. You know, she's still young. She's still trying to live her life, but she's working. She's a single parent. So the little boy is picking up on female attitudes. Right. So he quick to pop off because his mama pop off. So he don't know how to deal with or express as a man, be more calm, more collective, more cool. You kind of tell, like, you know, if a boy got a dad and it's like he a little bit more cool, it kind of take a little minute for him to really flash out. But the ones that single mama, that's the ones always down to fight. They quick with attitudes. So it's like the environment. I think the environment has way more control over them than we think, though.
Yeah,
Mario, you said something though. Like you said, man, when I was going through that, my mama was praying for me. I used to hear that a lot back in the day. Like guys that even some of the most gangsters guys, like, they talk about how they ride around with they got Bibles in the car back then. You know what I'm saying? Or they talking about praying and God. But you don't hear that now. And I think that's where the missing link is, man. Like you said, it's spiritual. When you knew, not even you knew, but that kind of, you know, grandma and mama praying for you. Like that just kind of made your night go a little bit better back then. Like, I know I'm finna go do some crazy stuff, but it's like just the fact of knowing that, man, grandma prayed for me before I left the house. I'm covered. You know what I'm saying? And as crazy as that sound, but like we had that God consciousness of like, you know, I'm gonna say a prayer before I go on the road. We could be a little inebriated and like, man, I know I ain't supposed to, but let me go. But now I think that's the missing link. Like who's praying for this generation? Because all I hear is like a lot of people just coming down on them, but like, who's really praying for them? The mama's not praying for them. Like you said, the mama might be out there, she trying to make some money because she got to feed her babies. Daddy done ran off and left. So, like, nobody's really praying for him. The grandmama is 15 years older than the mama. So, like, for me, I think that's the missing link, man. It's like that spiritual aspect of it all. Like nobody's taking that spiritual side in real consideration. And like who's really praying for these young people out here, man?
You know what? When I was young, you know, everything, he said something that got my attention. When I was young, I didn't understand a lot of the things that was going on because I was ignorant in my thinking still. I was still thinking like a child, right? Man, like, sometimes, and I hate to say this, sometimes these young guys got to bump their head because the experience is the best teacher. I just hope and pray that they don't meet their demise in their learning process because everybody don't live to talk about it. See, I remember my granddaddy say, Mari, he say, a scary man lived to tell how the brave man got killed. Right? It's okay to say, you know what? You said what you said to me.
Let me out the car, D-boy. What do you say? Let me out the car.
I'm going to walk away.
Yeah.
We think that's weak. But really, it takes strength. Because get what? If I would have walked away November 24th, 2008, instead of pulling that gun and open fire, I would have never lost 10 years of my life that I can't get back. Right? Because my mind was worried about, I can't let them get away with that. I'm me. But guess what? Fast forward the movie. I lost intimate time with my kids. I miss graduations. I miss funerals. I miss birthdays. See what I'm saying? I remember my boxing trainer told me, he said, Mello, he said, you a sharp brother, right? But guess what? You in a situation right now, you not helping your family, you hurting them. In the long run, you hurt them. Because if your mama needed $20 for her medication to save her life, you can't give it to her. Because you wailing in Beaumont, Texas. Right? But we try to justify the things that we do. The way we behave in such candor, the results that we get. Instead of saying, you know what? Man, I tripped out. Why I do that? Every time I say I'm going to do right, I lose focus. I go back to doing what I do best. Right? I think we need somebody that's around us to constantly remind us. And they say, man, you know, I go to church every Sunday. You know what I mean? You hear people say, well, I'm going to go to church on Easter, compared to the person that go to church every Sunday. When that person went to church on Easter, that was only spiritual food for that 1 week. You got to keep eating. You got to keep feeding yourself. You got to keep feeding your spirit. You don't go to the gym and have one strong, hard workout. You have a light day, then you have a heavy day. You have a calisthenic day and cardio day. You don't work out one day and get in shape. You got to keep on. You got to, it's what you call repetition. So we need to constantly remind the young guys what you up against. Because sometimes, I'm going to be honest with you, sometimes we have a tendency to forget because we products of our environment of what we see. I need to eat today. I ain't worried about a college degree 4 years from now. I need me a 5 for $5 now. I'm hungry. It ain't got to be calamari. It ain't got to be shrimp. Fettuccine. But at least I can get me a Wendy's quarter pounder.
I'm going to be honest, though. I'm going to be real honest. That was probably the case probably about 5 years ago. Right now, these kids not even starving. These kids not even starving no more. They are literally in it for the lifestyle. Look at how prom looks now compared to how prom looked my day, y'all day. You went to the little suit store in Oak Cliff or something like that. You got that little bullshit ass Steve Harvey suit. You had on a white suit with a red bow tie and a red vest. You had them Stacey Adams shoes on, and you went and took pictures in front of the goddamn little painted background. Now, these kids got custom made suits. They got diamonds everywhere. They been dropped off of Rolls Royces. These niggas got celebrities walking down. Everything has changed. They not even in it for purpose reasons. Having the kid not even starving, it's the lifestyle that they're in it for.
And to the point to where even when they get locked up, you can literally go on Instagram and look at a post of 5 guys, money up to here, weed everywhere, and you couldn't tell if they were in prison or if they was outside. And I asked myself, like, why is it that it's so many videos of our young black brothers making prison look like it's a place to be glorified? If cell phones aren't allowed in the prison system, I feel like it's a conspiracy to show our people like, yeah, this is what you can get when you come in here, to already train the young minds of like, oh, you want this drill music? You gonna do these crimes? Oh, you can have fun in here too. But it's a trick, man. And like what it's spiritual, man. And it's like,
I don't see no other race doing that. You know, to be honest, I don't even talk like that. because I be feeling like, man, every race got their thing. Like they always say, they quick to say, oh man, black people wear their money. Shit, white people do too. They stuff just not plastered on the front. You check they suit, that shit's custom made, tailor made suits. LV just on the tag, it just ain't on the front like how we wear ours. But I don't see no other race blasting how they look on the inside of prison, like you said.
You know what? I used to be like that when I was younger, man. You know what I mean? To be honest, I just like, look at me. You know what I mean? Like me and my homeboy, we used to, we used to drive off in these cars and we wanted to go pull up in the front of the club where all the girls can see us. You know what I mean? And I wanted everybody to see my chain and my new ring. And it's like, now that I'm older, I don't even want people to know I got it. You know what I'm saying? Because I learned that a lot of dudes that's in the streets, they want to get out the streets. You know what I'm saying? And it's so turned up out here now and so lit, like those young guys say, man, these kids will blow your face off. With your kids. You can have your kids with you and they still shoot the car up. See what I'm saying? Quiet money lasts longer than that loud money. Right? When everybody know you got it, you become a target. And that's what you call unwanted attention. Yeah, it's cool, it's hip, everybody know, look at me, I'm on, wipe me down. Right? But what about when you just want to go to the Walmart and just get your son that new John Madden that just came out and somebody hold you at gunpoint and tie both y'all up? Your lifestyle done brought unwanted attention on your family and look at the pain it's causing you. See what I'm saying? I remember an old head was telling me, he said, Mello, I got all the money that y'all got. And I say, no, old school, look, you wore cowboy boots and overalls in the world. He said, of course, exactly. I got more money than all y'all. When the police come out, they gonna get y'all first because y'all the loudest. I'm gonna have 30 keys in my trunk and they gonna drive right by me.
Because the way I look.
Because I look like I ain't got it. You got all the TVs watching porn. Right? The Forgianos. Right? You got that Hellcat. Look at me. You doing 360s in the middle of the road. But here it is, I'm 50 years old, right? And if I decide to sell drugs, I don't want nobody to know. Because I feel like that increases my chances of getting away.
But do that come with age, though? Let me ask that, because how can you learn it if you don't go through it? Because I didn't have my time. I'm the guy with the Hellcat. I'm the guy. Well, I was the guy with the Hellcat, and I did all the crazy stuff that anybody else would have done. And now that I'm not in it, I be looking back, be like, damn, bro, I was doing some stupid shit. But it was fun though. But I got to experience it to know, like, all right,
you'll get used to it. Just like it is, like you still young, right? So some people, where you from, you big bro. Because you young, but you not old. You like in the middle, right? Sometimes we experience things because we want to get it out of our system, right? Remember when Jay-Z first came out? He the first rapper that was rocking platinum, right? And then next thing you know, he started growing his hair out, and then he started investing his money off into real estate
and art,
and buying alcoholic beverages. He started, quit investing his money into Ferraris and Lamborghinis and started investing his money into art. See what I'm saying? Once you get used to it and get mature with it, you see what I'm saying? Because you got some people that's immature with the money. That's what make you a threat, is when you foolish and ignorant and you have all these riches. Because them Caucasian people in high places look at it like, Mello got all this money. And he got all those young guys that listen to him. Only thing he got to do is pay him $10,000. They're going to shoot up the whole car. Right? Compared to saying, look at him now. He don't have a diamond chain on. He just got a simple watch. See what I'm saying? I can have $80,000 in my car and nobody ain't going to know it. That's how I want it to be. I want to invest my money into real estate. Things that hold value. When I go buy that brand new car and candy paint it takes the value away from it because it's not original paint. When I go invest all that money into a bust down rollie,
It's over.
It lose the value.
Yeah, plain
compared to the original plain Jane Rolex watch.
That's fact.
Limited edition, presidential.
That's facts.
You take out the time to make better decisions and investments with your money. Money that can make you more money. When you're young, you go put all that diamond and gold in your mouth, and 10, 20 years later, it rotting.
They snatching them
The
out.
value ain't the same.
Yeah.
Look at Gucci, man. Look at Master P. When they matured and got older and made better decisions with their money, they got their goals took out. They started buying property and land and real estate. Compared to, you know what I mean, going and putting 26s on a Tahoe or Escalade.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? He didn't went and just got I know a lot of guys that was once flashy, right? And rode rims and stuff like that. And they done got older and they know that the unwanted attention that come along with that. Now they just want to, they got money. They'll go drive a Ford or Honda Accord to the neighborhood. And he got money. Live out there in Anna, Little M somewhere, Frisco. But when he driving through Pleasant Grove, he in that Hyundai Sonata. Because get what? He feel like, I'm smart now. Everybody know I got money. I'm such and such, such and such. I drive through here with this Mercedes-Benz S550. Everybody gonna know I'm over here. So I might got somebody that's following me and telling me. Money will make you paranoid. Because in your mind, there's some people out here that'll blow your face off for $5,000. But in your mind and my mind, all three of us know that ain't no money.
Yeah.
But to a young guy who ain't never had shit,
5,000 look like 500,000.
man, look at him. $50,000 to a hood, he consider rich.
Yeah,
that's facts.
You give a hood $50,000, he got a Hellcat. He doing 360s on Buckner.
Money up to here.
Boy, he gonna money spray.
He got the money. He got it flashing all on the internet where everybody can see it. He's doing weights with it.
Yeah.
But then you get the older guy like me, who almost 50. They done gave me $30,000. I'm gonna put over here this sum in the savings. I'm gonna give me some stocks and CDs.
I'm trying not to.
I'm gonna let it draw interest.
For real.
I'm gonna go buy me that new home that I wanted. Ain't nobody ever lived in it because I got it built brand new. I'm gonna work on my credit, get my credit score up. But that young guy, 21, with $50,000, man, I'm finna make it rain in the strip club. You hear me?
But I think that's a lack of, like you said, mentorship and fatherhood.
Exactly. And you got some guys that's ahead of their time. Everybody not like King Mozzie at your age.
Yeah.
You got to come to the realization that some of these guys are really smart. They just need a little bit of guidance behind them. A person that's off into real estate, he didn't know how to just automatically do real estate.
Yeah.
Somebody had to teach him.
Yeah.
Drug dealers, we didn't know how to cook the dope into the big homie shoulders. Get the Pyrex and sprinkle it a little bit and stir it up and let it lock up.
Yeah. We ain't teaching y'all.
See
We
what I'm
just
saying?
saying. Yeah.
Somebody had to teach us
Educational
that.
purposes only.
I didn't know how to load no AK-47.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Real gangsters, hey man, when they load the AK-47, they load them with their bandana, wiping the bullets off. Now these youngsters that's out here, they got drums and they, you know what I mean? They want people to see them shoot.
Boy, I'm telling you.
They got hoodies in the summer with the shiesty mask.
Yeah.
I got little homies. I got little homies that
Boy, they
I got
walk
love
around.
that still that's getting their hands dirty. I just don't participate.
Yeah.
But that don't mean that when I see him, I'm like, hey boy, you all right? I mean, you take care of yourself. Be careful out here. You hear me?
Yeah.
You hear me? I love you, boy. And it's genuine. And they be like, who was that dude that just drove off in that Cadillac? Oh, that's the big homie. And he the one who taught me everything I know. You see what I'm saying? I watched him sew apartments up. He always had a pocket full of money at 19, 20 years old. But now I'm showing him the goals that I made for myself, they are attainable. Who ever thought I'd be playing in movies? I'm out here smoking PCP and robbing people and sleeping in the dope house. Nobody never thought I'd be making movies, doing podcasts, talking on the radio. I'm giving the people that look like me and sound like me hope and inspiration. Because if Mello can do it, I can do it.
That's a fact.
See what I'm saying? Because he came from the same place as me. King Mossy from the Grove. If he can get a podcast, I can get one.
Thanks.
See what I'm saying? We don't know. Knowing and unknowingly, we got people that's watching us. Some of us was watching us for the wrong reasons. Some people are actually looking and applauding you and like, man, I think I can make that happen too. Mello give us hope. Why you feel like Mello give you hope? Because I watched him, he was in prison smoking K2 and getting stuck on it. I watched him locking up with gang members, Bloods, Crips, GDs, Mandingos. I watched him. Now look how he living. It can be done. You just gotta want it. You gotta want what's best for you.
And listen, before we get out of here, man, what's next for Mario, man?
Oh man, right now, I was excited to come do this interview with y'all.
Man, listen, we was excited to have you, man. For real, bro. For real.
I'm filming all next month. Shout out to Rainey King Productions. Kendra Rainey, man, Montreal Diggs, everybody to the movie Gigolo. We start filming next month. Thick of the Berry, Sweet of the Juice 2, premiering in July. You know what I mean? Like, hey man, I can't stop, I won't stop. I got some things going on. And I just switched the hustle up. I see myself as a hustler. You know what I mean? A lot of people, they take that word wrong.
Yeah.
When you say I'm a hustler.
No.
You know what I mean?
Frowned upon.
We hustlers, man. We go-getters. It's more than one way to skin a cat.
Thanks.
You don't have to be a drug dealer to have money.
That my daddy told me.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know what I mean? It might take a little bit longer, but guess what? It's worth it because guess what? We're alive and free.
Yeah.
And I don't have to look over my shoulder.
Thanks.
See what I'm saying? You gotta want it for you. It ain't about what I can tell you. I can dress it all up for you and paint a perfect picture. But if I don't see nothing fruitful coming out of it, I don't want to fall into that. Ain't nobody gonna want to, represent real department, come on podcast. They don't feel like that, hey man, there's something good out of it. See what I'm saying? You only can lie for so long.
Thanks.
You only can last for so long. So you putting the work in. Y'all still at it.
3 years.
You got to be consistent, man, and you got to be resilient about it. By all means, when you was out there selling that dope and you were planning to go rob them banks and doing all this foolery, you invested a lot of time and energy into it. And that's how you got to go hard with your craft. You got to go hard for Real Department. Can I be Real Productions? Because, hey, man, ain't nobody going to go hard for you like you. Ain't nobody going to see your vision the way you see your vision. Ain't no music artist going to lay down the track like how he would lay down the track because in his mind, this is my art. This is my creativity. Right? I'm an artist. I don't want to make music that everybody's sounding the same. I don't want to paint pictures that everybody painting the same picture. Everybody dressing their car up the same. I want to stand out. You know what I mean? I remember the OG, he said, I remember the OG telling us when we were young, he said, stay in school, y'all. I used to look up, I see all the game members on the sideline watching me play football and basketball and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, hey man, you gotta stay in the fight. Man, you gotta stay in the fight, homie. You know what I mean? And you gotta do what's best for you. So, like I say, man, it's a learning process.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta doctor yourself daily. And I can come in here and dress up all the words and make it all sound good, but you still gotta lay it down. You still gotta lay down the blueprint. See what I'm saying?
Yep.
Sometimes, even our significant others don't understand the decisions that we make. Why you spending all our money into this and why we need this and we need this around the house? But it's something that you believe in. It's a vision that you have to make you get up and put your clothes on and come over here and talk to the people.
Hey.
It's something in your mind and in your spirit to say, you know what, I'm going to reach out to Mario Hall and bring him back.
Hey.
You wouldn't have brought me back if it was something bad. No, we gonna move to the next.
Hey, we bring you back again.
That was a waste of time.
We bringing you back again, though. We bring
and that's how we got to be with the YNs, man.
Nah, facts.
Hey,
man, look, we do want to say this, man. We support the YNs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we gonna get them on the show too. We gonna get some YNs on the show
because man, everybody got a voice. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the platform we trying to build with the Can I Be Real podcast. Is like we that voice, because I know how I feel. I wasn't no YN by any means, you know what I'm saying? But I know how to feel to be a BN. That's a broke nigga.
Right.
And I think that's worse than a YN, because a lot of these YNs get money.
Some money, yeah, boy. They get
but to be young with no money, that's a terrible place to be in, man. I remember I was 20 years old, and we about to get out of here, but I moved to Dallas, $40 in a backpack at 20 years old, and changed my whole life. By what you was talking about, by just making those decisions daily. I'm gonna do different. I'm gonna do different. I'm gonna do different. I'm gonna do different. And I think just by going through that process of like starting from the bottom, and not saying I'm at the top, but I'm further than where I was. You know what I'm saying? That's what we want to do for those young guys, for those YNs. It's like, man, let these people know your story, because we can feel the empathy, and we can have some type of sympathy for you and give you like you said, the blueprint to say why you hurting, why you want to go shoot it. Man, you don't understand. I heard a dude say, bro, you don't know how I feel to get jumped every day for no reason. I don't, bro.
Right.
So if enough people are hear that, like, man, come on, maybe we can do something to change that and to change that narrative. So, man, shout out to the YNs who want to come over here and really, really make a change. Because there's some of them out there that, like you said, they trying to get out the streets.
I love them young guys, man. Like, I really do. You know what I mean? All the little homies, man, all the YNs, like you say, you know what I mean? In my eyes, they just a soul trying to survive. Because I was there. My daddy smoked crack. My mama was working and trying to pay all the bills by herself, because my daddy had a bad drug addiction. He was a good man. He just had a bad addiction. See what I'm saying? So I ventured out into what I seen outside, right? Because I was living in poverty and I was hungry, and I looked up to the older guys that was in the neighborhood that had the Nissan trucks and the five stars and deep dish hammers with the McLeans and roasters on the Cadillac, the slant back. See what I'm saying? Like, I was intrigued by that. You know what I mean? I went to H-Town, the South Side. I seen swangers everywhere. You see what I'm saying? The dope boys, that's how they was living. I was intrigued. But in my ignorance, I wasn't aware that I can get all those things if I take another outlet and invest my time and energy into something positive, and I'll still be around to watch the fruits of my labor. But we want it fast.
Listen, man. We gotta bring you back for part 3, man. We definitely gonna, we're gonna reschedule again. You already know, man. It's coming, man.
Y'all like family, man. Like, you know what I mean. Just hit me up, man. Like,
listen, man.
I'm gonna pull up,
man. Like I told you, man. When I heard the news, though, man, I had to call you, man. And I just want to say it again on camera, man. Condolences to you and your family, man. We definitely want to dedicate this show to your son. Man, your strength, bro. Like I just said, man, your strength, bro. Like, yeah. You could have easily, like, canceled this and be like, nah, bro, I'm not doing this. But like I said, when I called you and the first thing you asked me was I, and I'm calling to check on you, man. That just shows strength. So, man, I appreciate you. From the Can I Be Real department, Can I Be Real Productions, man. We just really appreciate you, Mario.
I appreciate y'all, man. Like, my son, thinking about him, man, I got to be strong. I want to get emotional, but my son gave me so much strength. You know what I mean? Like, he was, like, it felt good to me to know that I have my boys, that they can be something that they can be proud of. You know what I mean? Because I was living a life that I was leaving them. In my mind, I thought I was doing the right thing by selling drugs and trying to make a way, but I'm not helping them when I'm leaving them. Now they suffering from the absentee father wound because Pop's gone. You see what I'm saying? So it gives me strength to say, you know what? My son is gone. I can't bring him back. But it's fulfilling knowing that I can continue and keep going and keep fighting to be that person that my son became proud of. You know what I'm saying? That's what drives me. You know what I mean? We need money. Everybody need money. It's a necessity. You see what I'm saying? But to me, money just give me more options. Money is not everything to me. I make the money to take care of my family with it. I don't make it to look at you and say, I'm better than you, or my car is newer than yours, or my shoes more expensive than yours. You see what I'm saying?
Thanks.
That's all the money, that's all it is. We make all this money, get all these cars, trucks, and houses. And when we die, we just got to find somebody to give it to.
Can I be real?
That's all we doing.
Hey, man. Appreciate you, Mario. Listen, man, this has been a good show, man. For real, man. Again, like we said in the beginning, man, like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate y'all. Mario, we appreciate you for coming on, man. Again, I am your host, one of your hosts, Dion D Motivator. My brother is always with me. We always together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, they tried to come for us, you know what I'm saying? But we stronger together, man, and we building something over here. So again,
I like what y'all doing. That's why I'm back, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to say this here before we get up out of here. Y'all keep going, man, because y'all some young black brothers that's doing something productive and positive at the same time. And at the same time, you're not knowing there's some people that y'all never met before that's looking at y'all on these cameras and saying, that could be me. It's a domino effect. You got a niece or a nephew or a little cousin or a little homie. You ain't got to be no drug dealer, no gang member to be inspiring, man. Y'all inspiring people. Yeah, man, I mean that, man. Real Department, man. Can I Be Real Production podcast, man?
Yeah.
Homies.
Ooh, man. With
Just
that
like
being
that.
said, man, we do also have, we will be having a free course coming up. Well, probably end of the summer.
Yeah.
End of the summer, free course we will be dropping to teach people how to do a podcast, how to brand yourself, whatever your brand is. It may not be podcasting, but whatever your brand is, we will teach you how to build your brand, set up your brand, set up your target audience, how to find your target audience, how to find what product you want to push, whether it's digital, physical, however you want to do it, man. But make sure you hit the link in the bio at the Can I Be Real Production Instagram page, man. It'll take you right to the free sign up. But, man, we appreciate you, as always, Mario, bro.
For real.
From the heart, man.
I appreciate y'all, man.
From the heart, man.
Can I be real?
Can I be real?
Can I be real, man?
Damn, man.
Hey, man.
Appreciate, man. God.
Let me get up, man.
Yeah, give a hug, man. God damn.
This stuff back for real.